I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Raised a really interesting point, excuse me, about them wanting to get in behind and support Roberto Firmino. Question for you, and this is something that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks now. Christian Benteke gets the ball knocked into him. This is the reason I think Firmino and Coutinho and Lallana seem to work better, is that Christian Benteke's first instinct, first of all, what happens is the ball's getting played to him a little bit harder, a little bit higher most of the time because he's such a big unit. You know, you can't change that fact. You're not going to lump balls up to Roberto Firmino to chest down and bring people into play. So first of all, it's actually to do with the passes that are coming into the striker. I think that makes a big difference. But let's say the ball's getting played across the floor to Christian Benteke. I think his first instinct is to make his shoulders big, make sure that a defender can't get round him and lay it off. Roberto Firmino's, on the other hand, his first thing is he brings the ball in. He's not a big guy. He's stronger than he looks. But his first instinct is to turn on the ball, not hold it up. Now, as soon as he's turning on the ball, he's now facing the right way. These players have a choice to make. They either have to go, stay where they are and wait for Firmino to turn around and play the ball backwards to them.
Or give him an option.
Give him an option, which is what he's forcing them into. That first touch, a little turn, everybody can see him, he's turning, and they go. It's because they literally know that they have to make it past him, otherwise he hasn't got a pass on.
It's kind of this, isn't it? Essentially, Benteke's much further forward, or Origi, you know, that type of forward. He's much further forward, and he did it great against Chelsea when he came on. So the ball come up to him, and it was the first time we'd see them really do what we'd want them to do. He chests it off, lays it off, and people ran. But if he's going to chest it, the angle, or if he's going to hold it up, like you say exactly, these players need to be in this position, don't they? Whereas Firmino's receiving it more like here. It's slightly further forward. And because of that, they're almost level with him, but they know if we make the run, he can angle it round. He's got passing, greater vision and greater ability to pass.
Guile, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's guile in the final third. You want someone who's looking for those little sort of openings and who actually enjoys making assists. Phil Coutinho, I think, has always enjoyed it. You can tell an assist maker, they're not strikers. You know, the first instinct isn't to take the ball and run with their head down because they know where the goal is. His first instinct, look at that ball in for Phil Coutinho. He's running this way. At about this position here, he looks up. You can see him. He puts his head back down. He runs another 5 yards. He's got a mental map of where Phil Coutinho and Adam Lallana are going to be at that time, and just puts a killer ball in. You know, he knew where those two players were going to be, and it's credit to both of them that they managed to both make it into the area.
They got in there to do it.
Another thing that he's doing, which is incredible at the moment, I suppose, is I'm going to just throw some other players on the board. This, right? So this was the whose goal was this one? It could well have been. It's one of the goals. Firmino picks the ball up here. There's a man on his back. He plays a little ball as Milner runs, comes up here, crosses the ball into the centre. Phil Coutinho shoots, doesn't he?
It's the third goal.
It's Firmino's goal. Look at his starting position. Phil Coutinho shoots. It's
spills it out.
Moreno, Emre Can. Then this just absolutely insane back heel. Phil Coutinho's continued his run on, and Firmino's managed to come from all the way back up here
and taps it into the net.
I mean, what does that say about the man where he started the move in his own half and he's managed to become the furthest player forward?
Yeah, again, he's been really good at the Chelsea away game and this game, without killing him with too much praise. That's Suarez-esque.
Oh,
you know, Suarez.
He's not at that level.
No, of course he's not.
He could get
and
there.
again, I genuinely believe, you see what Suarez did in the El Clasico at the weekend, Joey. He's fantastic, but there was a progression. He didn't come to us the Suarez that left us. He came to us raw, but with tons and tons of passion and tons of raw ability and skill. And he was a little bit frustrating in his first few years because he hit the bar and the post a hell of a lot, like the whole of our team did, and his shooting wasn't great. You can see flashes in this guy now. I now know, we got really excited in the summer because we bought a Brazilian international who was at the Copa America for 29 million quid. Didn't know much about him, and he played for Hoffenheim. It was going on sheer headline news, wasn't it? It was like,
totally.
Brazilian international, 29 million. he got 9 goals last year and loads of assists. I'm blind faith thinking that those things are going to be good. And then he was rubbish. Like, I'm going to say he was carrying an injury and the Premier League's hard to adapt to. But he didn't really show much. He played well against Arsenal, and then the rest of it, he wasn't that good, and then he got injured and dropped out. These last few games, you see why he's £29 million and he's a Brazilian international. And he's actually now given me reason to be excited. You know, I look at him and go, I want to see him on the pitch. I think the clever thing to do would be to rest him against Bordeaux. But the Liverpool fan who wants to be entertained for 90+ minutes wants to see him on the pitch, because he is our best entertainer, and he's our best attacking player. And if he can get that sort of relationship with Coutinho and with other players, like I'm really intrigued to see how Sturridge fits in with that. And if he can bring out the real nasty, narc, competitive streak of I want to be the main man that Sturridge had when Suarez was there. If Firmino can do that to Sturridge,
I love the
that
option.
could be incredible for us.
I love the option now of, look, I've got his mate up, Phil Coutinho. Actually, I do disagree that I still think he's our best attacking player at the minute.
Okay.
5 goals, 3 assists, says a lot at the moment, but Firmino can definitely get up there. Phil Coutinho, goal from inside the box, block shot from inside the box, and only 1 shot from outside the box. He's obviously got an assist from around here as well. Massively involved in the game. If you can have Phil Coutinho coming in from this side, and imagine if you get Daniel Sturridge coming in from this side of the game. I mean, what an actually incredible forward 3 that could be. It changes the dynamic slightly, because I think you need someone with even more legs than James Milner. It's Jordan Henderson, by the way.
Who is Jordan Henderson
because
to cover that?
Because Sturridge isn't going to get back in much the same way as Adam Lallana. But look, there, Phil Coutinho's. Watch this. This is Roberto Firmino now. So we move on to Roberto Firmino. Right, we've got. Let's go with blue as his shot off target. Saved, sorry. Shot on target, but saved. His goal, which we're going to keep there, and his shot off target is there. Considering, in Klopp's words, he's a striker, sometimes a midfielder, and a midfielder trying to be a striker, you know what I mean? 5, all inside the area. You know, he seems to be understanding the position and what Jurgen Klopp is asking of him very, very quickly. As a base comparison for that, here's Roberto Firmino's shots against Chelsea. Obviously, he played up front on his own in that game. 2 shots off target. It's a huge difference in 2 games.
No, it is a massive difference. And again,
we were raving about him then.
Because he played really well and he linked the play up, and we won that game. But even though we won that game 3-1 against a good team, they're in bad form at the moment, but they're a good team. It's a difficult ground to go to. That first half wasn't great. And at no point did you sit there and think, wow, Liverpool are amazing. We were nervous. We were 1-0 down, and Coutinho doesn't stick that in the back of the net and take it to 1-1. That first half was pretty bad for us, and the game plan didn't work, not having a striker. It was the second half that we actually came alive and really, really played, and I think the game changed into us. Whereas the City game overall, like you're talking like 80 minutes, 85 minutes of that game was us, and they only had 5 or 6 minutes, 10 minutes max of that match. So I'm not surprised to see that. And on another day, keeping not as good as Joe Hart. Joe Hart has a bad day. I would never consider putting him into my fantasy football team before that game.
I've had him in 3 times.
Okay, Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirts are available now. You've got Merry Kloppmas and
Coutini. Ho, ho, ho.
Because it's Christmas.
See what we did there?
People like that shit.
See what we did?
Where are they available from?
Ho, ho, ho. RedmenTVshop.com. No, there. RedmenTVshop.com.
It's a branding thing, but anyway, click through there. They're available now for 3 weeks only. Get yours while you can.